They want to accomplish with their music.
It's an interesting anomaly, this thing we call Shinedown. You know, we don't get a lot of awards. We're not talked about that much in certain media groups. And that's totally fine because our merit is not on awards. Our goal is to inspire people and push them to greater heights and help them achieve the self-confidence that they need to live their life. We like to grow. We love the journey, man.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more of your favorite artists.
AM 1300 The Zone is KVET Austin. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Okay. Oh, and man, you I love you.
Good morning, Austin, Texas, Killeen, Texas, and of course, the Ville, or wherever you may be listening. This is the Hardge Knocks Life on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Hold up, we them boys got the party going last night against the NFC rival. The Houston Texans lose to Zach Wilson and the Jets, and Hugh loses a key part of their success as well. The Texas volleyball team shows why they are the defending NCAA champs by taking down number 1 Stanford and advancing to Tampa for the Final Four. Shohei me the money. A huge payday for real for my guy. And the in-season basketball tournament has a champion, and I'm sure Adam Silver was all about that action, boss. But let's get right into it. I'm your boy Hardball Hardge, and joining me as she does every single day is Shannon B. Sweeney, but we call her Salty. Good morning, Salty.
Good morning, sir. I am just as hype as you are about being a 10-3 Cowboys fan.
10-3.
Super Bowl.
There we go.
MVP.
Here we go.
And still taking in the $700 million contract. You tweeted something, which you just said perspective over the weekend. $700 million is what one player in Shohei Ohtani is receiving. The total Oakland A's payroll the last 10 seasons.
10 seasons.
$667 million.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some math not mathing?
And you see why they are now leaving Oakland and headed to Las Vegas. That payroll will change for the Oakland A's. I'm almost guaranteeing that. But one thing you can always count on, the Texas women's volleyball team. You can always count on them to make a run in the NCAA tournament. I said they are the defending national champions, and that's what you do when you are the defending national champions. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's exactly what they did. They defeated the number 1 ranked Stanford Cardinal to advance to their 15th Final Four, Salty. 15 of them things, defeating them 3 matches to 1, and now they will take on the Wisconsin Badgers in the Final Four to get a chance to play for a national championship.
Yep.
These matches went back and forth, and you know how it always goes in the very beginning. You got to have your stars step up in these big moments. We talked about her last week, and she ended up being the most outstanding player in the regional, and that is Madison Skinner. She just goes out there and handles her business. She finished with 24 kills.
Yep.
And making sure that she had 6 digs as well. Unbelievable performance by her again.
Look, Texas on September 3rd of this year hosted Stanford. And Stanford, there's back and forth between them and Texas typically. Stanford came to our house and beat us 3-0. I say us because I believe Burn Orange.
You're a student.
But
you're a former
Texas
student.
took that L, and it was not, it was kind of like, oh man, if we're not going to be able to get over the Stanford hump now, what's the rest of the season going to look like? But they continue to push. They find themselves at the Stanford Regional, having to play Stanford for a trip to the Final Four in their own house, and they return the favor.
Yep, that's what it's all about. You got to go on the road. And if you're not the ones hosting and you get a chance to go on the road and you get a chance to defeat a team that, we're talking about the football team in the redemption tour, right? Like how they're going around and playing all the teams and getting their redemption.
Yep.
This is what the volleyball team was able to do.
Now, Wisconsin, we got over Stanford. That's a huge hump. But Wisconsin is no joke either. They played on, I guess was it Thursday, Saturday night? But when they played against Penn State, that was the game before they showed Texas. So I'm watching that game, and there's a graphic that goes up that breaks down that, because sometimes when you're watching a lot of tall people in one spot, you don't realize how tall they are. So there was a graphic that compared all these Wisconsin girls to NBA players. They are stacked, and they are tall.
Yep.
And they are going to be mountains to get over for Texas.
Well, guess what happened? We're going to get there.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
Believe.
You got to believe, and that's exactly what they do. On the all-tournament team for the Texas Longhorns, Asia O'Neal continued to do her thing. Ella Swindle, she's on the all-tournament team, and so was Madison Skinner. As I said, she ended up being the most outstanding player. I can't wait to see what happens next week as they get ready to go to Tampa to take on Wisconsin. It's going to be a big, big matchup. They are ranked number 3, and that match will be at 8:30 on the 14th, which will be Thursday. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen there in Tampa. Tampa. You think Tuam will make an appearance? Tampa Tuam?
No, any more of a softball guy?
Yeah, that's right. His niece, being a center fielder. Yeah, that's probably about right. But you know what else is right? Them Dallas Cowboys. Them Dallas Cowboys are right. Last night, the Cowboys went out and played their hearts out. That defense was undeniably the best thing out there. Dak Prescott continues his quest to be an MVP, and the Cowboys now are 10-3, tied for first place in the division against the Philadelphia Eagles. They defeat them 33-13.
Let's just jump right in. Let's just hear from Dak on how important and big time this win was from last night.
It was big. We needed it. Let's not sugarcoat that. We needed that. Obviously, I've talked about it before. Mike talks about grabbing a huge chunk of confidence and moving forward, and being able to do that against a team like that here at home, place that we've had a lot of success at over the last 2 years, puts us in front of the division, right? Does tied? Okay. But with a couple of games left with both teams, understand, as I've talked about, it's about us running our own race and checking it out there at the end. But yes, it was huge. It was huge, and it was a great atmosphere from the jump. Felt like a playoff game. Credit, as I said earlier, all 3 phases. Obviously, you know what I mean? Run game got going. Always it starts with the offensive line. Receiver made some plays, but the defense was lights out. I mean, I gave up the only touchdown of the day on their side, so defense was lights out. And as I said, our kicker, Butter, showed up, so as he always does. It was a great team win, much-needed win, but we got to turn the page quick, especially in this league, especially with where we've placed ourselves. I can't sit here and celebrate on this. This was our expectation of the night, and we played to our standards, so now it's about doing that again next week.
Big time performance. And, he called his kicker, Brandon Aubrey, Butter, because he said he's just so smooth. He said, I think I gave it to him. He said, Clarence Hill asked him, how did he get that name? He said, I think I gave it to him after a couple kicks. It might have even been in the preseason. Let's not forget that this young man is a soccer player. He was drafted in the first round of a soccer draft, and they found him on the street, and now all he's done is gone 28 of 28 on field goals. And last night, he hit one from 59, 60, and 50. That's doing business right there.
Yeah.
So that's huge for the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what is beautiful? They take the points when they get those opportunities. It's the NFL. You got to put points on the board every single time. And just for the record, this is the first game in 110 straight regular season games that the Philadelphia Eagles did not score an offensive touchdown in the game.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive.
It feels, and I know tough stretch for the Eagles. They have the Cowboys at home, and they just lost to the 49ers.
Yep.
But it feels like they're starting to decline as the Cowboys are on the rise.
We would hope so. I mean, that is what you always talk about, hitting on all cylinders at the right time. The Cowboys are going through this little stretch where they are definitely fun to watch. I was upset with you last week because you were talking about the streak and how well that they were playing, but your confidence, Salty, is what got them through.
Like Dak and Mike say, you got to take the chunk of confidence and move forward.
You got to take the chunk of confidence and continue to move forward. And that's exactly what we will do. When we will come back, we will talk more NFL action as, it was rough for the Houston Texans, and it might got a little bit rougher as their star went down, and he did not come back. We'll talk right about it right here on the Hardge Knocks Live on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Longhorns football plays here.
It is a handoff to Brooks, and he plows forward for a Longhorn touchdown. Brooks takes it across, and the Longhorns jump on top. Brooks to the 10, to the 5, JB, touchdown, Texas. On the left side, towards it outside. Jaden Blue down the sidelines, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Texas.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Experience the magic of Christmas at ListenToChristmasMusic.com, your ultimate Christmas playlist. ListenToChristmasMusic.com.
Road construction continues. 360 northbound at Westlake, dead right turn lane blocked with long-term repairs. I-35 southbound at Runberg. The on-ramp taken away with minor road repairs. I'm Ty Holt with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by KFC. KFC's 2 for $5 chicken wraps. 'Tis the season for tasty goodness with KFC's new mac and cheese, classic and spicy slaw chicken wraps. Did they mention you can get any 2 for only $5? It's finger licking good.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. Your home, your equity is at risk. This invisible threat is house stealing. From FBI crime stories, and I quote, con artists pick a house. It can be a vacation home, rental property, or the home someone is living in right now. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Once this step is complete, they take out loans using your home as collateral. They can even sell your home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now at HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use promo code RADIO and they will send you a complete title scan of your home's title. And your first 30 days of triple lock title protection is free. HomeTitleLock.com. Do it today. HomeTitleLock.com.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Alliant Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 12-month terms and only $1,000 minimum. And the happiest part? Alliant certificates yield 5.25% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
License number M18-951, TACLB 76656E.
A lot of businesses talk about fast service, but then you find out those promises didn't mean much.
Yeah, that's when your definition of fast is very different than the service providers.
When it comes to plumbing emergencies, a promise like same-day service really matters.
Especially when you're standing in 2 inches of water in your living room.
Absolutely. You know, Sarah and I started Radiant Plumbing and Air Conditioning here in Austin in 1999.
Gosh.
So we've seen some bad plumbing emergencies.
Remember the guy who opened his front door and toilet water literally flowed out onto the porch?
Yeah, and you know that wasn't just water either.
Gross, gross, gross.
That was bad.
We're committed to giving you same-day emergency service.
Because when your pipes back up or your water stops running, you can't wait for help.
Radiant Plumbing and Air Conditioning. Same-day emergency service.
When quick response matters, call Radiant. 263-9988.
There's no extra charge, just extra speedy response. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's do your part again.
What?
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Boy Next Door or, Handsome Stranger. Why not both?
I wanna be free.
Pluto TV has channels solely dedicated to love with all your rom-com favorites, like She's All That, Clueless, Last Holiday, and more. It's TV the way it should be, free and easy.
I wanna be free.
So choose love and download the Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming now.
I wanna be free.
Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Hey, Texas football fans, Shannon Sweeney here, and it's time for football. Thomas J. Henry Law is thrilled to be part of the action with Texas football game broadcasts. Just like the athletes give their all on the field, Thomas J. Henry and over 250 attorneys give their all when it comes to helping you and your family get the justice you deserve. Whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, dedication, strategy, and teamwork are crucial. For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry Law has been committed to securing meaningful results for injured people and their families. Visit tjhlaw.com or call 24/7 to get the help you need for you and your loved ones.
Looking for the perfect place to get a bite to eat before or after the game? Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina has you covered. With locations on 360 in Westlake or Quinlan Park Road in Steiner Ranch, both offer the perfect place to pregame or celebrate after the game. We use only the finest, freshest ingredients. Mouth-watering fajitas, fresh seafood, char-grilled oysters, and queso you'll want to eat by the gallon. Happy hour, dinner with family and friends, private events, Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina is the place. Visit vaqueroscafe.com. Tex-Mex done right.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Boys.
Welcome back to the Hardge Knocks Life right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. We're glad that you are waking up with us. The salty one sitting in with me, Hardball Hardge. And you hear it right there. We them boys. Hold up. We them boys. They went out and had a heck of a performance yesterday, especially on the defensive side of the football. If you just now tuning in, the Cowboys snapped the Eagles' streak of 110 straight regular season games with at least one offensive touchdown. The last time it happened was 2017. And guess who did it then? The Dallas Cowboys as well. The Cowboys defense played at a very, very high level, high motor, forcing turnovers. Jalen Hurts continues to have Josh Allen-like turnovers where you least expect him to do it. And then you go back and you look at some of the numbers and you're like, wow, he really does turn the football over. Mike McCarthy was coming off of his appendicitis situation and came back to coach and called a really good offensive game the entire time. And then Micah Parsons was dealing with flu-like symptoms headed into the game. So the Cowboys were kind of weak a little bit when they were heading into the game, but that offensive side of the ball, the offensive line, controlled the defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles, which is one of their strong suits. You start looking at the secondary and seeing what was happening there. CeeDee Lamb was able to move around. They were running the football a lot better than what I thought they were going to. Not just running the football, but staying committed to the run. That's the other part of it. You had a couple pop plays in there that kind of wowed you a little bit. But the story to me, Salty, was the Dallas Cowboy defense playing at that level in which they did. They were playing at an elite level. Fantasy points-wise, Jalen Hurts, 8 points. They couldn't even do the tush-push with them yesterday because they were never really put in that position.
When you talk about the defense, I want to talk about Dak Prescott's MVP candidacy continuing. I mean, looking at the numbers now, he's starting to run away with it here. So sorry if you didn't place your bets earlier, like the belief that my guy Hardge had. But yeah, and we heard from Dak earlier. All three phases of the game were incredible, and he gave credit to the defense for, like you said, pretty much shutting out Philadelphia. He said he's the one that gave up their touchdown. So, he sees it too. I mean, truly, all phases of the game. You mentioned Micah Parsons. It's funny. I think it was the start of the second half when he got a flag for something very early on that was very unlike him. So you could see it was getting to him a little bit, but it just feels good to wake up on a Monday and not be mad at something like the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and because normally it is hit or miss. For years, it's been hit or miss. And now you could come in and really look at this squad and say, okay, where are they on each level? What is going on with the Dallas Cowboys on each level? And to me, it has been impressive the way that this team kind of rallies around each other. We sit here and we talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the Texas Longhorn and how they have parallel lives, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're starting to see. You see the camaraderie. You hear the team talking about each other and praising each other. Well, you know how you do that? You win ball games.
Yeah.
If you're winning ball games, that kind of helps you with the praise of it all. And for me, you sit there and you look at, to your point, Dak Prescott being able to lead this team. And the story last year was, oh man, I can't believe Dak Prescott turned over the ball that much. Oh man, he's a turnover machine. And I'm like, why are y'all not talking about Jack Allen? Why are y'all not talking about Josh Allen as much as you're talking about Dak Prescott? We already know what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the star on the helmet. It's okay. We get that. But now you're sitting here and you're looking at this performance. And I said this. I said, this is where people are going to start looking at him differently. The reason being is because of the stretch that he's going to be on. You started with the Philadelphia Eagles, and the story was Dallas hadn't beat a team with a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the best team in the NFL record-wise. And Dallas goes out and not only beats them, dominates them.
Yeah.
That game was
him
in
off
control.
at the knees.
Yes. And go back to the last time they played them in Philly, and you talked about it before too. An inch here and an inch there, and the Cowboys have swept them during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're sitting here, they're sitting in the number one spot. I told you during the break, I said, man, the Eagles' schedule favors them winning out. It favors them if they can get everybody healthy, if they can handle their business. But the Cowboys, if they go out here and they play against Buffalo next week, then they go to Miami on Christmas Eve, and then I believe they play – I know they finished the season with the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions and then the Washington Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't know what's happening with the Lions. They're kind of leaking oil. They got beat yesterday by Chicago. But then you start looking at it and you're saying if Dak can go in there and play well, I don't think they have to win every single one of those games because they understand. All he has to do is go in there and play well, and they get 2 out of the 4 games that are left. I think he does win it.
So
he's got to play well, though.
We get the job done against Philly and reverse course following that first loss to them earlier in the season. It's been, I believe, 8 or 9 weeks since the game against the 49ers, October 8th, in which the Cowboys fell 42-10. You talk about Dak needing to play well. He did not play well in that game, throwing for just 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. So from the Cowboys you're seeing today, there's a good chance in the postseason we could play us some 49ers.
Yep.
Do you like that matchup, or you still think it's all 49ers on that?
Well, speaking of the 49ers, they played some really good football yesterday. And when you watch them play, because they played the Seattle Seahawks, and they were hitting on all cylinders. Brock Purdy had 7 straight games where he completed over 70% of his passes.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the problem that I think the Cowboys will have against a team like San Francisco is they got to get over the hump. They have to get over that mental hump of playing San Francisco and knowing that it's going to be a slobber knocker every single time. I think what they have been doing right now with Deebo Samuel is scary. And they're creating plays for him, almost like what they're doing for CeeDee Lamb with the Cowboys.
Yep.
They're trying to get the ball in their best players' hands. Tony Pollard ran hard last night, had a couple big runs that got called back because of holding. By the way, how many penalties were in that game at the very beginning? I was like, what are we doing? Like, how is
what
this
in the Big 12 is going on around here?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this makes no sense. But you sit here and you look at this team, and you say, all right, I think they can compete with the 49ers. I think it will be one of those games that, again, the mental part of it, the mental anguish that the 49ers cause Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboy fans is going to be it. But like I said about the women's volleyball team, and in order to become the champ, you got to beat the champ. You got to beat the number 1 seed, and that is how I'm looking at it. I think it can be done.
I believe it can be done. I mean, I'm looking at the 49ers schedule right now. I mean, their strength of schedule is nothing like the Cowboys. Yes, they beat the Eagles 42-19, but what did the Cowboys just do? Yeah, and then they put a stomping on us, but everyone else very middle of the road. I mean, the Vikings, the Browns, the Cardinals, their whole division with the the Seahawks. They've played the Giants. They've got the Commanders. They've got the Rams. Like, no, there isn't, aside from that win over the Cowboys and the Eagles, there's nothing that really impresses me, and there's nothing that has the chance to impress me for the last 4 games of their regular season that I think, the Cowboys as they stand right now, and if they continue to improve each week, I think it's going to be a much better game, and I think it will favor the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm looking at it the same way, but the thing about it is, and Cowboy fans, listen to me when I tell you this.
Buy your Super Bowl tickets now.
Be calm. Be calm. Whatever you've been doing this year, continue to do it. Don't go over the top.
Oh, here we go with the superstitions now.
Just don't go over the top. Don't go out there and run around. Yes, by all means, talk trash to Philadelphia Eagles fans because they are going to do it to you. They have been doing it, and they're over there already complaining and thinking that, this is not the same team that you had last year. We all see that. A.J. Brown called out Stephon Gilmore yesterday, talking about he's old, he can't hold me. He held him. They went mano a mano. He followed him all over the field and made plays. So that was good by Stephon Gilmore. And that's good for Dan Quinn to recognize that Stephon, when he's motivated, he's going to be locked down still.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big moment for the Dallas Cowboy defense. The guys, Tank Lawrence, who has been playing some really good football, and the numbers may not always show up, but if you go back and watch the game and see how disruptive he was throughout that time, it's big time. And the linebacker position, since they lost the middle linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch, they put Marquise Bell there. They had more Clark there, Damone Clark there as well. Both of those guys are super athletic and can run sideline to linebacker. So I've been really impressed with the way that Dan Quinn has pulled this team together. I want to transition real quick to talk about the Texans. The Houston Texans lose to Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, who didn't even want to play.
He was looking like he's trying to make a Pro Bowl run there.
Yeah, he was like, I don't even want to be on this team. I don't think I'm going to be able to play in this game. Well, all he does is go 27 of 36 for 301 with 2 touchdowns. He had a quarterback rating of 117. What in the world just happened? But the news gets bigger for the Houston Texans. They already lost Tank Dell with the injury, and now it looks like C.J. Stroud, who ended up coming out of the game due to concussion protocol, he took a hard hit to the turf. And matter of fact, if you watch the video, when he hits his head, you can see a bunch of water come flying up off the turf. It was a bad look for the Texans, but the Texans weren't playing well at all from the very beginning. But first half, you go to halftime, both teams is 0-0. Yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness, what are we watching here? Because rain was coming down, but they end up winning. The Jets end up pulling away 14 points in the third quarter and 16 points in the fourth, while the Texans only scored 6 points in the entire game. Tank Dell was out with a broken leg. Nico Collins went out early with an injured calf. Tavir Thomas and Blake Cashman had hamstring injuries. They did not return. And then Will Anderson went out of the game as well with an ankle injury. So DeMeco Ryans now has to go back to the drawing board, get everybody ready to go, because this is a big week for them if they're going to try to make a playoff run.
Do you blame the rain at all?
No.
On that?
Because both teams play in it. Always, I never
know, but they
blame
do
it
have
on
an
weather.
Indoor facility.
Never blame it on weather.
I would. That'd be the first thing I'd go to.
Yeah, I never blame anything on weather because both teams have to play in it, regardless if you're prepared for it or not. That goes into your preparation. You got to have people in the front office that are looking at the weather.
Get out the hoses, you guys.
Yeah, exactly. You go out there and you try to figure out how we can create elements so your team does not worry. The Denver Broncos also win yesterday to keep their playoff hopes alive. It was a must-win game. And can we please try to figure out, is Kellen Moore the problem in L.A.? We told you. Looked like the Cowboys offense are still rolling without him there. Coming up next, we got the Salty Shakedown, where she breaks down her stories and lets you know some things that she finds very interesting in the sports world. You're listening to the Hardge Knocks Life right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Longhorns football plays here.
Back to Murphy. Slant over the middle. Caught by Mitchell. 80 into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. To the left side. Turns it outside. Jaden Blue down the sidelines. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Texas. Intercepted. Picked off. Michael Tapp does it again. In and out of the hands. Yard line. Murphy the snap. Turns. Hands off first to the goal line. Leans forward. Touchdown, Texas.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Experience the magic of Christmas at ListenToChristmasMusic.com. Your ultimate Christmas playlist. ListenToChristmasMusic.com.
Road construction continues. 360 northbound at Westlake, dead right turn lane blocked with long-term repairs. I-35 southbound at Runberg. The on-ramp taken away with minor road repairs. I'm Ty Holt with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. How does Taco Bell not have a breakfast taco? It's like, duh. But now there's the all-new toasted breakfast taco with fluffy eggs, melty cheese, savory sausage, all in taco form. Grab the all-new toasted breakfast taco at participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast only, while supplies last.
You can watch this NFL season like a fan, or you can prep like a scout if you listen to the award-winning Move the Sticks podcast. The show's hosted by me, Daniel Jeremiah, and my partner, Bucky Brooks. The two of us are bringing the knowledge from a career as NFL talent scout to the podcast world so fans can watch and understand the nuances of the game like never before.
Subscribe to the podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone. All thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper Heavy Duty Dry Cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
At EasyCater, we know ordering food for work isn't as easy as it seems.
Lunch meeting is set for Wednesday.
We need food for 27 people.
And it has to be on time.
Client is coming.
He's vegan.
Messy eater.
Where's
White shirts.
You getting this?
Okay, what do we need?
Gluten-free. No more sandwiches.
Make sure there's enough. Make sure the food is hot.
Client has a hard stop at 12:30. Make sure there's plenty of spoons, tomatoes, and potatoes. Stay on the budget.
Lunch meeting? Just use EasyCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
A psoriasis flare-up can make a walk in the park, well, no walk in the park.
It's that obvious, huh? I've tried so many lotions and creams, but I still have symptoms.
So those don't do enough to treat the inflammation beneath the skin, leaving you with those uncontrolled symptoms.
Makes sense, but what else can I do?
You can get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Make an appointment and, you're already on it.
Hi, yes, I'd like to make an appointment.
Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
PPD Austin is looking for healthy adults to participate in research studies. Volunteers are paid for their time and can work online or attend classes while participating in the study. Contact PPD Austin to learn more. Visit meandppd.com. That's meandppd.com.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year you are back to living normal life again. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These are all natural treatments that can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you pain-free movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who had knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, who were able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here. Regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love. And don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 512-593-4303. 512-593-4303. That's 512-593-4303.
I gotta ask, are you looking to switch your phone service? Well, what if there was a carrier that wasn't just another phone company? One that's brand new, built with technology for the next 50 years, not the last 50. Well, now there is. It's Boost Infinite Wireless, the only carrier that switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. So why limit yourself to one network when you can get 3 and you get a low price unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every single year? It's the power of new technology that gives you better service at lower prices. Boost Infinite Wireless. Visit boostinfinite.com. BOOST. That's boostinfinite.com, or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15. That's amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15 today. Boost Infinite Wireless. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Be the Life of the Party.
Okay, first turn the music off. Then ask for everyone's attention. Now, tell them that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Boom! Now everyone knows you're not just a pretty face. You have some brains inside that face that know how to save hundreds on home insurance. Woo!
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times. From Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather calling for a freeze warning for your Monday morning. Scattered frost possible. Sunshine this afternoon, a high in the upper 60s. A few passing clouds tonight, a low near 40. Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high near 70.
This report is sponsored by Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Whether it's an ugly sweater party, office gift exchange, or holiday dinner at Nana's, Ritz Crackers is always there, bringing friends and family together to celebrate. So grab a box or two of Ritz Crackers for your next holiday gathering and make this season one to remember with Ritz, a taste of welcome.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Camps keeps you on top of pop culture.
A new survey is out measuring satisfaction with various streamers, and Max is at the top of the list with an 88% thumbs up rating. While it's number one for the third year running, the former HBO Max saw its approval rate drop 6 points from 2022. Hulu was right behind it second with 87% satisfaction, even with last year, followed by Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, and Paramount Plus. Streaming giant Netflix fell to number 6 with 77% approving, down from 80% previously. And while it tops for user experience, it ranks number 8, or dead last, in value for the price. The Whip Media survey compiled responses from over 2,000 consumers and tabulating the list, which showed both 8th place Peacock and Apple TV Plus gaining 5 points from 2022, while number 7 Amazon Prime Video ticked up 2 points.
All right.
And that's what's poppin'. I'm Camps on iHeartRadio.
You're listening to Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Good. Hey.
Welcome back to the Hardge Knocks Life right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. Been joining me as always. We call her the Salty One, and she brings you this segment Monday through Friday, 6:40 a.m. She is the one and only Shannon B. Sweeney, the Salty Shakedown.
Hardge weekends can be so overwhelming because I have so many extra days to pick and choose stories from. So I try to take things that, may have just missed some of the headlines because there is so much from a weekend, right? So I want to get right into it here. The NBA, always a good time. There's always sound bites to choose from. And it's usually, like a coach post game or a player post game or something weird they may have posted on live themselves. Usually not the halftime entertainment. But today we're going to focus on that and the Suns specifically. Steve Kerr, prior to a matchup against the Phoenix Suns, he's talking about, his Golden State Warriors, and he was complaining about the sound within that Phoenix Suns arena, that it's just loud, it's club-like. And he's, I guess he's not into the arena atmosphere that a lot of places are trying to create, where during every break that you're trying to keep people engaged and entertained and the crowd amped up so that when you make those buckets, you get that same reaction. But Steve Kerr just not having it. And so the Suns had a DJ perform at a recent game, and he literally took those comments from Steve Kerr and ran with them.
You know what? In this building, you can't hear anything because it's like a club. It's like a South Beach club. It's just this thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music.
I love that.
It's such a good troll job, and it's so clean cut, right? There's nothing that's like too much of a dig. He's just taking the words from his mouth and then putting it to a beat. I just thought it was so clever and hard. Just someone who just was in South Beach not too long ago, stayed at I think it was called the LaFontaine Blue, where they have Club Live. I didn't go in it, but anywhere you walked in that hotel, you heard the thumping, and it's personally, it's not my scene. So I get where Steve Kerr is coming from, but you can't say that and then expect for something like this to not happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's something that you, as a producer who knows how to mix things, you would have done the same thing. You would have found a beat that you liked and made it, especially when he's giving you, it sounds like a club in there. You're right. It is a club in here, and we're going to make it uncomfortable
you know how after the Fergie national anthem incident, at the All-Star game, and then the Warriors made a remix of it, and they would play it in the locker room and sing it. I feel like the Suns are now going to be like singing this in their locker room as like a hype song.
Well, they better start winning. That's one thing they need to start doing. If you want to get hype like that, you better start winning.
Yeah, maybe that'll help though. Keeping it in the NBA, Miles Turner of the Pacers. They lost to LeBron James and his Lakers, but Miles in his post game, he was talking about what he does for fun, and obviously Miles, a former University of Texas player, bucket hat, right? Remember when that became a huge thing? I mean, he is quite the trendsetter in that regard. So I don't know. He may have just given Lego a huge sales bump during this Christmas holiday season.
Big thing. I build Legos. I don't play with Legos. But second of all, yeah, all the time, bro. I got a lot of that's literally all I do in my downtime. I get back to the crib, I just kind of it's a way for me to, I don't know, take my mind off of things. I'll put some music on and I might put a show on or something like that. But at least 3-4 hours on my day, bro. Like I'm putting stuff together. I've already built 12 different projects. I mean, I've counted up everything. I've gone through 120,000 Legos just since the season started itself. But I mean, y'all see that when y'all see it. I put that little content out there for you.
I build Legos. I don't play with Legos is giving it's an action figure, not a doll.
Right.
Vibes.
Yep.
I love that for him. I love that he has a fun, clean, safe hobby that he 3 to 4 hours a day, Hardge. He sits there and he creates Legos. I loved Legos as a kid, but I just had like a basic box set.
Yep.
Create whatever. I haven't gone out and purchased. There's a picture of him online where he did the Titanic. Like those kind. Do you build Lego? Do you have any of your kids build?
Yeah, they do. They like building Legos.
Yeah. You like stepping on them?
No, I do not. Neither does the vacuum cleaner. The vacuum cleaner doesn't want to deal with them either. But yeah, I mean, those are pretty cool because we used to go to Legoland. Like whenever they would come to Austin, we would go and check it out. Those are amazing what they can actually do.
Yeah.
It is amazing to see.
Be a Lego creator.
Yeah.
That's I don't know what you get paid, but I hope it's a lot. And that just probably seems like the dream job. So maybe Miles Turner in his next phase of life following his NBA career. But I love that for him.
Well, the thing I like about it the most is, you want to take yourself away from the sports aspect of it, and you need that moment. So that's his get into his zone type of moment deal. So that's pretty cool.
But he doesn't play with them. He builds.
That's right. I don't play with Lego. I build them.
Builds with them.
I understand.
Get it straight.
I like it.
All right, Hardge. Finally, we're going to move away from the sports and talk about my weekend a little bit here. I went to
let's talk about this.
Krampus last night.
And for those that do not know, explain that to them.
Krampus is a movie that I have not seen, but essentially this past weekend, it was one weekend only, the House of Torment.
Okay.
That is typically around during Halloween, turned itself into a Christmas-themed haunted house based on Krampus.
Wow.
I have never been to a haunted house. This was my first time. I'm the one who bought the tickets, so you can't say I was dragged there. I was like, I spent the money. I'm going. And I actually spent more, double the regular ticket price so I could get skip the line. Because I was like, the longer I wait in line, the more time I have to back out of this. So we got to go and get in.
Yep. Get it done.
I made it through. I said a lot of 4-letter words. I said a lot of no when they would try to talk to me. I think the last one that's haunting me at night is do you want to lick my child? I'm like, what? No.
What?
She was like a scary candy cane or something.
Oh my goodness.
Would you ever be willing to go into
negative?
One of those things?
Negative. That's why.
Knock somebody out.
Well, here's the thing. You're forcing yourself to go through there.
I know. I don't know.
There's not somebody trying to come and get you. You are going into where they are. It's kind of like me going swimming in the ocean. Why am I going to somebody else's house to try to move around just because I want to be out there? Hey, I want to be cute. Here we go. No, I'm not going in the ocean either.
The relief I felt walking out the door at the end.
It was almost like euphoric, right?
Let's go home. We did it. We survived.
You can say, hey, I did go.
It was great. And it was long. I wasn't sure how long it was
when you say
going to be as far as a room, how long the walk would be.
Okay.
So I felt like you get, I felt like you get your money's worth, but at the end, we were with a group, it with my date, and then we had like 4 other people that they sent us through with.
Right.
And at the end, they sent the other 4 one way, and they made us split. And I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. And they were like, that too bad. Like, go.
Right.
It was, and there was fog, and there were things falling from the ceiling.
Yeah, I didn't want none of that.
People screaming at you.
As I told you before, that is not something that is on my to-do list.
I survived.
Yeah. I do have to venture out a lot more and get out of my quote unquote circle that I run to every single time. Like I do the same things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I need to branch out.
Krampus 2024?
Yeah, no, that will not be part of it. That will not be part of it. But I will have to get out and do Trail of Lights and go see all the Christmas
trees. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to make
like
plans for Trail of Lights now. But that's because of my spray tan, which is a whole other story for later in the week. I'm trying to rearrange my original date.
Oh, my goodness. I can't wait for that either.
There it is, today's Salty Shakedown. We had Krampus over the weekend, which I attended for the first time ever, a haunted house. Miles Turner builds with Legos, does not play with Legos. And the Suns DJ completely scorches Steve Kerr using his own words against him.
Man, that is funny. The Lego thing is really, really cool to me because it shows another part of not just being an athlete. This is what I do. Like some people game. He builds Legos. He doesn't play with them. That's good stuff. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about this Texas men's basketball team. And Shohei Ohtani gets paid. A lot of cash, homie. Right here on the Hardge Knocks Life on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Longhorns football plays here.
Turns hands to Brooks to the left side. JB is across. Touchdown, Texas. Got the first down, breaks the tackle to the 40. Say goodnight to this one. C.J. Baxter on 4th and 1. That's 53 more. A 54-yard touchdown run. Touchdown, Texas. It only takes a Longhorns one play to cash in.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Experience the magic of Christmas at ListenToChristmasMusic.com. Your ultimate Christmas playlist. ListenToChristmasMusic.com.
Minor brake taps to look out for on I-35 southbound at Runberg. The on-ramp causing some delays. Use caution around that detour. I-35, the frontage road northbound at East McCarty. 2 lanes blocked with construction. I'm Ty Ho with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. How does Taco Bell not have a breakfast taco? It's like, duh. But now there's the all-new toasted breakfast taco with fluffy eggs, melty cheese, savory sausage, all in taco form. Grab the all-new toasted breakfast taco at participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast only, while supplies last.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Alliant Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 12-month terms and only $1,000 minimum. And the happiest part? Alliant certificates yield 5.25% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
This holiday season, spread the joy to family and friends by filling your hopper with Kingsford Hardwood Pellets. Kingsford Hardwood Pellets delivers excellent performance in any pellet grill and adds an authentic wood-fired flavor to your holiday meals. From favorites like prime rib to mac and cheese, your family will crown you grilling royalty. Trust Kingsford, America's grilling expert with over 100 years of expertise in flavor and quality. Make Kingsford Hardwood Pellets your grilling holiday go-to. Visit Kingsford.com.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry, with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that look you get when a loved one opens up a gift and you know that you've nailed it? The perfect present? Well, we have just the gift to get that look. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down to the ground and you never have to touch your shoes. So how do hands-free Skechers slip-ins work? It's like there's a built-in shoehorn in the heel so your foot slides into place. Find slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Boy Next Door or, ooh, Handsome Stranger. Why not both?
I want to be free. Pluto TV has channels solely dedicated to love with all your rom-com favorites, like She's All That, Clueless, Last Holiday, and more. It's TV the way it should be, free and easy. I want to be free. So choose love and download the Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming now. I want to be free. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
December is exciting with all the major sports that are in action, including the college football playoffs ready to kick off soon. BetOnline is your #1 destination for all your sports wagering info, including news for pro football, basketball, and hockey this season. With up-to-the-minute sports wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions, BetOnline is the top spot for everything pro and amateur sports, plus MMA to international soccer. Head to the website today on your mobile phone or desktop to stay updated on all the action. BetOnline, where the game starts.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
AM 1300 The Zone is KVET Austin. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Oh my God.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it now. Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Because they won.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Welcome back to the Hardge Knocks Life right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. As you can hear, the Cowboys defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 33-13 in a big-time performance where they held the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles out of the end zone for the first time in 110 games. Very impressive win for the Dallas Cowboys. Another impressive win was by the Texas men's basketball team as they defeated Houston Christian by 77-50 in a game that was played on Saturday. 10,000 people were in attendance. Big matchup for the Texas Longhorns if they were coming off of their loss to Marquette. This weekend, they will be playing LSU in Houston at the Toyota Center this Saturday, December 16th at 11 a.m. You can watch the game on ESPN2, but you can obviously listen to it right here on AM 1300, The Zone. The one thing that I continue to see with this Texas basketball team, they need to improve on their three-point shooting. They were 6 of 21 from three-point land, shooting 28.6%. Free throw percentage is low, 7 of 12 for a 58% free throw shooting. When you get in some of these bigger games, like this weekend against an LSU, you're going to need to perform better from both of those angles. And I know Coach Rodney Terry is really working on those guys and making sure that goes down. But I also saw pregame, Craig Way even mentioned it on the pregame show, that Dylan Dessou is getting closer and closer to coming back. He was doing a full workout prior to the game that I got a chance to see some of that video, and he's looking a lot stronger. I'm still thinking that he won't play until beginning of January, maybe the UTA game that is on January the 1st at 1 o'clock at the Mood, or maybe even the conference game against Texas Tech. I think he's closer than what people think. We got 4 more games before we get into conference play. So I'm hoping that Dylan Dessou can come in. Now, it's going to take a little time to get him acclimated to the team and the adjustments that are going to be made. But I'm sure that he's been getting some work in prior to that.
Yeah, that acclimation is going to be important because we're already seeing a team that is kind of struggling a little bit to find that team chemistry.
No
and
doubt.
then you throw in another guy who's obviously a huge part of that team. Hopefully he's like the piece they need at that point to make it all come together.
Yeah, and that's what the Texas fans and the coaching staff is looking at as well. He was a vital part to the success that they had in the postseason. Now it's a matter of time of him and Caden Shedrick working together on the block, because you got those big guys. When you add in a Dylan Mitchell in there getting boards, that is going to be something that some teams are not going to be able to stop. When we come back, and we'll be right back here in just a minute, but when we get back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Dallas Cowboys and what we were able to see from them, and where does this put them in the hunt for that championship. Dak Prescott, big game, and we'll talk about it right here on the Hardge Knocks Life on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
AM 1300 The Zone is KVET Austin. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Okay. Oh, and then, I loved you.
Good morning, folks. It's your boy Hardball Hardge, and you are listening to the Hardge Knocks Life right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Shannon B. Sweeney doing her thing, adding all of the insight that you definitely need. In the first hour, we talked about the Dallas Cowboys, talked a lot about the NFL and what's been going on, and how do your Cowboys rank? That's right, I said your Cowboys. And, of course, the Texas volleyball team advanced 15th time, and they get a chance to take on Wisconsin this week. But I want to get into these awards. College football gave out their awards this past week. It started on Thursday, and one of the Longhorns that we thought was going to get some awards ended up getting the main award for the Outland Trophy for the outstanding interior lineman. T'Vondre Sweat has been a major part of the success of this Texas football team. He and Byron Murphy and Jalen Ford have played, at an elite level when you start thinking about these types of players. But T'Vondre Sweat has been a name that has been in the mix for quite some time. Matter of fact, he was also in the mix of the conversation for the Heisman Trophy Award. But he did end up with the Outland Award, and he had a nice little comment about his team.
Let's go. I feel great. Being on TV. I never thought everybody would be watching me, but dreams do come true. All I can say is thank you, Longhorn Nation. Thank you, Coach Davis. Thank you to my D-line. Thank you, University of Texas. T-Sweat. Peace.
Outstanding stuff. And, we've talked about T'Vondre Sweat on this show for a very long time, even back when we were at the other studio. He was one of those guys that I was a big fan of because of his athleticism. He was a guy that also is funny. A lot of guys kept saying that he was one of the funniest guys on the team. And for him to be able to have fun, but most importantly, go out there and handle his business, and for the work that he's put in to get this award, it's been very, very impressive to watch this young man work. What about his necklace, Salty?
Yeah, well, he had it flipped around, right? Because to the one side of the necklace, the giant silver hubcap, essentially, that says "Make 'em sweat." On the other backside, it's got a picture. I believe it's of his mom, right? So that was, and I think before this little video, he was like FaceTiming her or something. But yeah, it's just incredible. And then I think the first Texas player to receive the award since 1977.
Yep.
So outstanding. I mean, I'm glad he's getting the recognition that he deserves, because he was not on the Heisman stage over the weekend, but he still had his platform, and like I said, dreams come true being on TV.
And he's going to get an opportunity to play at the next level as well. As you mentioned, he didn't make the trip to New York to get the Heisman Trophy, but Jaden Daniels, quarterback for LSU, did take home that hardware this past weekend. And a lot of people are like, well, he lost so many games, but you can't deny the talent that we got a chance to see. What he account for 50 touchdowns for his team, whether it was on the ground or through the air. He also, over the week, he got the Walter Camp Player of the Year award. He also took home the Davey O'Brien National Quarterback Award. He took the Johnny Unitas Outstanding, the Golden Arm Award that goes to the senior quarterback. So he got awards on top of awards on top of awards. And that's what happens when you get to come back to school and play.
Yeah.
And the transfer portal as well. The transfer portal played a huge part of his success. Michael Penix Jr. won the Maxwell Award for the most outstanding player. And Kalen DeBoer won Coach of the Year, the Home Depot Award for the Coach of the Year. And Salty, those are the two awards that I was talking about. I was hoping that Penix would win the Heisman.
Yeah.
So the team would have another chip on their shoulder. But I did say that, okay, Kalen DeBoer, he won the Coach of the Year. That puts a little bit more on the plate for Sark.
We saw what happened when Coach Gundy was named Big 12 Coach of the Year just prior to the matchup against the Pokes. So I'll take that for Texas. Now, Jaden Daniels, you mentioned the transfer portal. I think the best video of the weekend was resurfaced video of inside the Arizona State locker room after I don't know if he had officially transferred yet or he just announced that he was going to the portal, but his former teammates were cleaning out his locker and calling him. They said, "Oh, that's fine. He's trash anyway."
Right. And that's so funny. When
someone's trash is another's treasure.
Exactly. And LSU has loved the fact that Jaden Daniels played for them. And now another Heisman Trophy winner from LSU. And the last one to win it from LSU was Joe Burrow. And he was a quarterback, but they went to play in a national championship game. But this young man will not be playing in a national championship game. You know who will? Hopefully the Texas Longhorns. And I want them to understand that this is your opportunities to get to that next level and continue the legacy. You know, Salty,
The Longhorns ain't been good since Vince Young left them fold.
but they have been now. They are now. I wanted to bring this up too because, we were talking a little bit about football. Obviously, we was talking volleyball. Did you know that the Texas Longhorns are the only program to ever have their two sports playing for a national or playing in the Final Four? That's it.
Ever.
That's the list. That is the list.
So what kind of school are we now?
We are
an everything school?
Well, this is the time that we can sit here and honestly say Texas football has now added to the Director's Cup. Remember,
the years we won it, it wasn't because of football.
It wasn't because of football. You did it in every other sport to get yourself in there, and now you put your your football team in the mix for this. That's huge. That's what Sark even said it himself. He's like, man, we just hadn't done our part for on this deal, but I think we're going to be close enough. And here we are now getting ready for January 1st playoff game against the Washington Huskies in a matchup that a lot of people are looking at the Texas Longhorns and saying this could be a huge, huge plus for them. The one thing that makes me nervous about the game, and we got plenty of time to get into it, and we will continue to have that conversation as we get closer to the matchup. But the one thing that Texas has been able to do so well is led by T'Vondre Sweat is make a team one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run the ball against them effectively. You can run it, but it won't be your best move. But then you get out there and you look, and they make you one-dimensional, make you have to throw the ball a lot. And the problem is they like to throw the ball a lot. Now we got to go back and see if everybody's going to be healthy. You got to see who is still on campus for both of these teams because the transfer portal is still open. And you start to think, Texas, how's this matchup for you? And I think the matchup has been a good matchup for them. And you never know. Some people might be comfortable just getting into the playoffs and not thinking about that next level. I know that the Texas Longhorns are thinking, we want to play for a championship. That's why all those guys came back. That's why the discussions have always been about that. And now that it's here, they're not just happy to be there, because what better place? You go to New Orleans and then come to Houston to play in your home state with a possible matchup against Alabama.
You know, Coach Sark, known for scripting the first 15, 20 plays. You think he's drawn up something no one has seen at all from this team this season?
I think it's a strong possibility.
You got a month to work on it.
Well, this is what I think. I think he's had it. They've worked on it in practice.
Just haven't pulled it out yet.
Just never used it in the game yet. That's going to be the interesting part about getting ready for this game and the conversations that are going to lead up to that. Speaking of leading up to conversations, next week we'll have a bunch of former players on the show to talk about this matchup as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. Coming up next, we're going to continue the conversation. A lot of NFL talk. Who do you think is the favorite in the NFL now? Not for the MVP, but to win the championship. We'll talk about it right here on the Hardge Knocks Life on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Longhorns football plays here.
Swings it wide open in the end zone. Adonai Mitchell, welcome back to your hometown area. A.D. Mitchell, a 14-yard catch and a Texas touchdown. Touchdown, Texas! What a great play fake. Quinn Ewers, 42 yards down the boundary. X marks the spot for a second Longhorn touchdown.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Experience the magic of Christmas at listentochristmasmusic.com. Your ultimate Christmas playlist. Listen to christmasmusic.com.
I-35 southbound approaching Runberg. We do have the on-ramp blocked with some road construction. On I-35, the frontage road northbound at Wells Branch Parkway, more road repairs that stretch down to one lane. I'm Ty Holt with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
Your garage door won't go up or down, so give us a call. We're all over town. Promise to you is honest and fair. The real Cedar Park overhead doors. The garage door on your house needs repairs. Call Cedar Park Doors and we'll be there. We'll get there fast and we'll treat you fair. Call Cedar Park Overhead Doors.
When is a garage door emergency repair truly an emergency? When it happens to you, of course. When you need a repair done fast. Trust the experts to get it done now. Call the real Cedar Park Overhead Doors. Trust our family to fix it right the first time. For over 30 years, when our phone rings, we're ready to serve all your garage door needs. So when that spring goes sprung or you forget to open the door when backing out, we'll be there for you. Customer first, that's honest and fair. We're here for you 24 hours a day and online at cedarparkgaragedoors.com.
We work really hard while the other guy snores. Happy customers, we have more. We'll get it right and we'll get the job done. For Cedar Park Overhead Doors. 335-7441.
Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. Your home, your equity is at risk. This invisible threat is house stealing. From FBI crime stories, and I quote, con artists pick a house. It can be a vacation home, rental property, or the home someone is living in right now. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Once this step is complete, they take out loans using your home as collateral. They can even sell your home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now at HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use promo code RADIO and they will send you a complete title scan of your home's title. And your first 30 days of triple lock title protection is free. HomeTitleLock.com. Do it today. HomeTitleLock.com.
'em. 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 '
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Save big every day during Lowe's 25 days of deals. Right now, get these can't-miss deals on appliances. Get up to 30% off, plus save up to an extra $750 on select major appliances. And with Lowe's Pay, you can buy now and pay later to get instant payment options for online purchases. Shop these savings because Lowe's knows deals every day. Valid through 12/13. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Subject to credit approval.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor, while others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
What kind of a holiday gift giver are you? The stop at the corner store on the way to the party kind? Or the thoughtful hunt for the perfect holiday gift kind? Well, if you're the thoughtful one, we've got the perfect gift. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear that are so comfortable and so easy, everyone in your family will adore them. Because with Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down to the ground, and you never have to touch your shoes. Find slip-ins for the whole family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 512-593-4303. That's 512-593-4303. 512-593-4303.
Extra cash? Coming right up. Happy Money is letting you in on a happier way to elevate your savings with an incredible certificate offered by Alliant Credit Union. Smart, bold, and straightforward. Alliant offers a 12-month certificate with 5.25 APY annual percentage yield with a low minimum deposit of $1,000. Funds are insured up to $250,000. Best of all, anyone can apply to join. Elevate your savings today. Visit happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Salty here for Golden Chick's latest addition to their chicken sandwich lineup, the new Buffalo Ranch Chicken Sandwich. A hand-breaded chicken breast, deliciously drizzled with spicy buffalo sauce on an extra-large fresh-baked roll. A swirl of creamy ranch dressing, melty cheese, and 5 pickles makes this Buffalo Ranch Chicken Sandwich unbelievably tasty. Stop by your local Golden Chick and get the new Buffalo Ranch Chicken Sandwich for just $5.49, or make it a combo with a choice of your favorite side and a 30-ounce drink for just $8.99. If you love buffalo chicken, you're going to love this sandwich.
It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Bad Boy South. Block Entertainment.
Welcome back to the Hardge Knocks Life right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. I'm Hardball Hardge, Shannon B. Sweeting in with me. You know, we're sitting here talking during the break because that's where all the magic happens, really. It all happens. It goes down
wish
during
you
the
were
breaks.
here.
That's right. You wish you could hear us. Half the time you probably can because we got to check the mics all the time. But we were talking about the game yesterday between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Shannon has a childhood friend that she grew up with, Mitch Morse, who plays for the Buffalo Bills. So she's a Buffalo Bill fan when they're not playing the Dallas Cowboys. She pulls for him, but she's a cowgirl when it comes to the Cowboys. And then we sit here and we're talking about how the game ended. The ending of that game between Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs was going to be a storybook ending. You go down, you get the go-ahead field goal, but you still leave a lot of time on the clock for Patrick Mahomes. Back in the day, Patrick Mahomes would have done everything he possibly could to get his team to a victory. But yesterday, again, I still don't understand how you are a wide receiver. You're looking at the football and you line up off sides. So for those that don't know what happened, there was a big play in the game. Patrick Mahomes throws a pass across the middle to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is making moves down the field, and he turns and looks to his left, and Kadarius Toney is standing there. So he laterals the ball to him, and it looks like the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, have done what they've always done and make a play late in the game to put their team in position to get the victory. But there was a flag on the play, and you look at it and you see for yourself that this young man is lined up off sides.
Yep.
Now, Patrick Mahomes loses his mind.
Loses it, has to be held back by teammates, coaches, anybody that was close to him, and he just loses it. He needs to be losing it on Kadarius Toney, because Kadarius Toney has always done the wrong thing since he's been there. Like he has been a serious problem for this team. And for Patrick Mahomes to not have a true number two to get some of the pressure off of Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice has been trying to be that guy, but he's not yet. And I think, I said this the other day, I said, this might be where we start to see the Kansas City Chiefs go the other way. I mean, the cracks are certainly showing in the way that Patrick Mahomes behaved following that flag. There was a lot of complaints after the fact, later in the post game. Both he and Andy Reid were saying, well, it should have been a warning. They should have let him know, hey, you're lined up offsides. But the refs responded and said he was so egregiously offsides that ref couldn't see the ball for the snap. And I don't know how you line up so offside, because you got to feel like you probably have a natural way you turn to look at the ball before you start a play. His neck needed to be at a 180 nearly for that play. So if you see Crybaby this morning trending on Twitter and you click on it, it's all Patrick Mahomes right now.
It's either Patrick Mahomes or, the coach for Nick Sirianni, the coach for the Eagles. But I agree with you. In 9 times out of 10, and the only reason why I didn't say 10 out of 10, because obviously Kadarius Toney did not do this. When you're the guy on the line, you normally point at the ref, the side judge, and say, am I good?
Yeah, check.
On the line. He obviously did not do that. And for the Kansas City Chiefs fans, I understand you want to be mad at the refs. It is not the ref's fault that your guy, who was actually close to the ball, he was in the slot. He could actually see that he was offsides. And then for him to act like, oh, man, they did me wrong, that is egregious, as you said earlier.
Yeah, it's the stills are all over the place. Like, even when you watch at home, right? You get the lines on your and the blue line. He is his entire foot is over it. He's ahead of the center. Like, it's so clear, and I don't know what is going on. And then Tony, get yourself together, man.
Exactly. He has been a problem since he got there, and I feel bad for Kansas City Chiefs fans right now. But, of course, Josh Allen is going to do Josh Allen things. And what I mean by that is he's going to throw an interception and going to give you an opportunity to make plays in this game.
Keep you in the game.
Yeah, he will definitely make every game be close. So the Cowboys will play the Buffalo Bills next week, next Sunday at 3:25. That will be the game of the night, the day of the afternoon. But the story right now is the San Francisco 49ers and what they have been able to do. They have been playing at Super Bowl caliber football right now. When they have their full complement of players, they are pretty much unstoppable. They are now 10-3. They defeated the Seattle Seahawks 28-16. Brock Purdy, as I said earlier in the show, 7 straight games in which he has completed over 70% of his passes. He's doing it at a very high clip, 368 total passing yard. Christian McCaffrey, 16 attempts, 145 yards on the ground. He had one big run early in the game. And then Deebo Samuel, we had somebody, my boy Mike, just hit us up on the stream and said that Brock Purdy is probably going to be the MVP. I think Deebo Samuel is going to take some votes away from him because Deebo Samuel is the one that has been doing the most when you start thinking about this team. And when he's been healthy, when he's been out, they haven't been as good. When he's healthy, they continue to make big plays down the field. He gets the ball in the running game as well. But this is an explosive football team that Kyle Shanahan has whenever he draws it up, and Brock Purdy is in rhythm. And again, if he got all of his complements of players, they're going to be tough to beat, man.
Yeah, it's getting to this point of the season. Obviously, we have the games tonight to finish out Week 14, but then there's 4 games left for the regular season. And as a Cowboys fan, you got to, if I put the Cowboys aside, I think it's the 49ers division and NFC to win.
Yep.
To make it to the Super Bowl. And I don't have anyone on that AFC side right now that looks like they could match up and win against them.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think there's a team on the other side of the bracket that has the weapons plus the defense. Now, they may have the weapons, but no defense. They may have a defense, but no weapon. There's so much that is out there that you continue to look at the way that this is setting up. It is impressive to watch the 49ers, and I really hate saying that. But this is a good football team. And to your point, Salty, everyone thought that Kansas City was going to be that team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody at the beginning of the season was like, yep, it's going to be Kansas City and whoever you want, maybe Philly. They were talking about Philly for a while. Now the narrative has changed quite a bit, and there's not truly a team in the AFC that can match up. Hell, I don't even know if there's one in the NFC that can match up with them because of the fact that they beat the 2 teams that are 10-3 by a combined like 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
So they know in big game situations how to dial it up. The biggest part is going to be who can play defense against Deebo Samuel, Brock Purdy, Kittle, and, of course, Christian McCaffrey. And I didn't even bring up Brandon Ayuk, the wide receiver.
That cast of characters, I haven't looked at their salary cap and what their situation is, but from the outside, this seems like an LA Rams, run at the table.
Well, all these guys are pretty much guys that they brought in from the draft, except for Christian McCaffrey.
But they're going to want to get paid.
Yep. For sure.
And so it feels like this if this isn't going to be their year,
right?
They might not be for a while.
Yeah, there might be some dents in the armor, as we like to say. Yeah, this is fun. And you brought it up, Salty. We got 2 NFL games that will be going on tonight. I had a buddy text me and was like, why is there 2 games and they start at the exact same time? The Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants kick it off at 7:15 on ABC, and the Tennessee Titans take on the Miami Dolphins. Miami might be the closest thing.
I would say that would be
Miami might be the closest team.
And Mike McDaniel was the OC over there for Kyle Shanahan for a hot minute.
Right. So Miami, they have the weapons, and their defense is getting better. So that may be the team that can match up. You always talk about Baltimore and who they are. Well, they've struggled a little bit at times. They had to win yesterday in a punt return in overtime for the touchdown to win the game. So you sit there and you look at it and you're like, okay, who's going to match up with them? Shout out to the Denver Broncos as they went. And here's a story that no one has talked about in quite some time. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is back in the NFL. For those that don't know, Joe Flacco retired, was sitting on his couch until Deshaun Watson went and had surgery, and they had to go out and bring Joe Flacco back. So all Joe Flacco has done since being back has had 3 300-yard passing games, and he had 3 touchdowns this year. The Jets, the Steelers, the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Titans, Raiders, Giants, Packers, Bucks, Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Rams, and Cardinals. None of them have had that happen yet this season. Joe Flacco was sitting at home a month ago, and now he's leading his team to possibly in the playoffs after he was chilling at the crib.
This guy, ever since he went to the Jets and made the comment about, I'm not here to be a mentor, I'm here to do my job and they can do theirs. Just haven't been a fan of one Mr. Joe Flacco, but good for him. And good for the Browns.
It's good.
And RG3 wishes, right?
Yep. RG3 was trying hard, politicking to get it onto the field. But now you look at Joe Flacco, what he's been able to do, what he's helped this team become has been very, very important for the Cleveland Brown fans. They need help right now, and I think they found it in Joe Flacco. Who would have thought that? When we come back, we got the segment, the Hardge Knocks Life segment. Show me the money. Shohei Ohtani has done something that has never been done in any sport except for now baseball. We'll talk about it right here on the Hardge Knocks Life, Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Longhorns football plays here.
It is a handoff to Brooks, and he plows forward for a Longhorn touchdown. Brooks takes it across. Texas. To the left side, towards it outside. Jaden Blue down the sidelines. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Texas.
1300, The Zone.
Experience the magic of Christmas at listenToChristmasmusic.com. Your ultimate Christmas playlist. Listen to ChristmasMusic.com.
Trouble on I-35, southbound at 45, an accident blocking 2 left lanes. About a 40-minute delay. I-35, the frontage road southbound at Robert S. Light. That center lane taken away with a collision. I'm Ty Holt with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
December is an exciting time with all the major sports in action, including the college football playoffs ready to kick off soon. Bet Online is your #1 destination for all your sports wagering info, including news for pro football, basketball, and hockey this season. Head to the website today, Bet Online, where the game starts.
This holiday season's sweetest prize is in your mailbox. Valpak's bringing savings in your home this December, and you could find $100 Christmas cash inside your envelope. Seasonal savings and over $100,000 in total surprises at the most magical time of the year. Check out what this recent instant winner had to say.
You guys made my day. That was pretty amazing.
Look for your envelope this month to find out if you're a winner. And happy holidays from Valpak. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited. See specially marked Valpak envelopes or valpak.com for details.
This holiday season, spread the joy to family and friends by filling your hopper with Kingsford Hardwood Pellets. Kingsford Hardwood Pellets delivers excellent performance in any pellet grill and adds an authentic wood-fired flavor to your holiday meals. From favorites like prime rib to mac and cheese, your family will crown you grilling royalty. Trust Kingsford, America's grilling expert with over 100 years of expertise in flavor and quality. Make Kingsford Hardwood Pellets your grilling holiday go-to. Visit Kingsford.com.
Extra cash coming right up. Happy Money is letting you in on a happier way to elevate your savings with an incredible certificate offered by Alliant Credit Union. Smart, bold, and straightforward. Alliant offers a 12-month certificate with 5.25 APY annual percentage yield with a low minimum deposit of $1,000. Funds are insured up to $250,000. Best of all, anyone can apply to join. Elevate your savings today. Visit happymoney.com/Alliant. That's ALLIANT. The APY is accurate as of the 11/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
I gotta ask, are you looking to switch your phone service? Well, what if there was a carrier that wasn't just another phone company? One that's brand new, built with technology for the next 50 years, not the last 50. Well, now there is. It's Boost Infinite Wireless, the only carrier that switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. So why limit yourself to one network when you can get 3 and you get a low price unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every single year? It's the power of new technology that gives you better service at lower prices. Boost Infinite Wireless. Visit boostinfinite.com. BOOST. That's boostinfinite.com, or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15. That's amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15 today. Boost Infinite Wireless. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Dell's holiday event is one of their biggest sales of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top brand accessories. It's the perfect time to upgrade any home, business, or gaming setup powered by Intel Core processors. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of huge savings and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. Did you know that some ordinary cold medicines can raise your blood pressure? That's why DayQuil High Blood Pressure is specially formulated to provide cold and flu symptom relief without ingredients like sugar, alcohol, and decongestants. Just one dose of DayQuil High Blood Pressure starts working fast to relieve your worst cold and flu symptoms so you can power through your day. If you have high blood pressure and need daytime relief from your cold and flu symptoms, use DayQuil High Blood Pressure. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. You're busy. So Leaf Johnson Ford has made it simple. Pick yours at leafjohnsonford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leaf Johnson Ford. Leaf Johnson Ford has made buying a new Ford simple.
Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud entered concussion protocol and was one of 4 to leave the game early due to injury in today's bad loss to the New York Jets. Meanwhile, big winners in the early window of NFL's Week 14 of the Buccaneers, Bengals, Bears, Browns, Saints, and Ravens. And dynamic LSU Tigers quarterback Jaden Daniels took home the Heisman Trophy with a breakout season of almost 5,000 yards of total offense, including 50 total touchdowns. I'm Drew Allen.
This is 3-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts, just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Texas basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Back on the Hardge Knox Life on a Monday. A victory Monday across the board. Texas Athletics, Dallas Cowboys, and one Shohei Ohtani, who, as Hardge has been saying this morning, showing me the money.
No doubt.
Because he is now paid. I mean, he's probably paid pretty handsomely before, but now it's on a whole new level. And a guy who knows a thing or two about earning a paycheck from the league, one and Mr. Hardball Hardge for the Hardge Knox Life segment.
Appreciate that, Salty. And you are right. They are showing me the money. Shohei Ohtani becomes the first player to get paid $700 million. That equals out over 10 years, $70 million per season, which is unheard of. But leading up to this moment, when you see a guy that has done it on the mound and has done it at the plate, it is something that is very, very rare. And in today's time, this is the only person that I could see making this amount of money. You brought up my tweet the other day about the perspective of how much money he is making. The Dodgers are set to pay him more in 2024 than 8 major league teams will pay their entire roster. The Cleveland Guardians, now their payroll is $66.8 million. The Miami Marlins, 65.9. Kansas City Royals, 65.4. The Milwaukee Brewers, 61.6. Cincinnati Reds, 59.9. Pittsburgh Pirates, 54.2. Baltimore Orioles, 42.8. And, of course, the Oakland A's, who you said that he's made more money in this year than they've made in their 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They're only paying their team $38.6 million. You know, the other part about this thing with Shohei and what his numbers are is that he's making $700 million, and he hadn't played a game for the Dodgers yet. So you sit here and you look at all these teams. Opening day, 26-man roster is what you have during that time. And going against the entire AL Central, he's making more money than all of those teams combined in the AL Central. So you start breaking down all of the money that is involved and who was the highest paid and what's the worth of it all. Shohei is in a class all by himself when you start thinking about it. You start thinking about the deal, and is he worth that much? Yes, because he pitches and he can hit at the plate. It's a unique situation because he's made over $500 million. He's going to make over $500 million. We kept thinking, is anyone in Major League Baseball going to be a billionaire off of the sport? Shohei is knocking on that door.
Yeah.
And let's just look at worldwide sports. They were talking about he surpassed Lionel Messi who had $674 million deal with FC Barcelona. He's got more money now than M.V.P, who is the leading player in sports in soccer right now. He's got $679 million. Still not at that $700 million mark. And if you look at it in football, Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year, $450 million extension. In baseball, he just passed Mike Trout, who had a 12-year, $426.5 million contract. So when you start looking at his team and the money that's involved, when you start looking at what's happening, he's going to the Dodgers. The Dodgers, by far, will be the favorite.
Sure.
So you think about it. Mookie Betts is now moving to second base, outstanding player, one of the highest paid players in the game. Freddie Freeman, first baseman, stud, another guy that you're going to be in the middle of the lineup with that is going to put this team at a level that people have not seen in a very long time. This goes back to my conversation that we had on Friday about what the Yankees just did in their payroll. Yeah. You got Aaron Judge. You got Giancarlo Stanton. You just signed Jose. It's not Jose.
Cuervo?
No, Juan Soto.
Oh,
not Jose
tequila.
Cuervo. But that works too. But you start looking at it, baseball is the sport where kids, I know you like playing basketball, football, and obviously soccer's going to pay well. But in case you didn't know, baseball is giving away a lot of money.
Yeah. How about this little nugget? Babe Ruth became the highest paid player in 1922.
Mm-hmm.
His salary was $52,000. Adjusted for inflation would have been $950,000 today. Shohei Ohtani will make $950,000 every 20 innings.
Mm-hmm. That's
2 baseball games and showing up for another one.
All you got to do is show up. But here's another thing that I like. Everybody always looks at people's taxes.
Yeah, he probably only gonna make like $350 million after all them taxes.
So each season, his $70 million that he makes per year, the federal government will get 25.9. Federal government has not hit a fastball, curveball, or thrown one. But yet you're going to get $25.9.
You think they're Dodger fans?
Exactly. So you sit there, and then you got the California state tax. $4.65 million will be taken out. You got your agent fee, $2.1 million. You got your jock tax, whatever that may be. They're just making up stuff. You get $2 million taken away from you there. And of course, FICA, still haven't met them. I'm still looking to figure out who FICA is. And Medicare, you get $1.64 million taken away from you.
Well,
so his net income will be $33.6 million.
Well, and now they out in LA, thanks to the show Selling Sunset, shout out on Netflix. I learned that homes over $5 million now are going to have like an insane increased tax percentage on them. He's putting more towards his homes, because I'm gonna assume he has something worth more than $5 million.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna assume that. So you sit there the whole time. If he would have went anywhere else, if he'd have came to Florida or Texas, he would have saved $46.5 million because there's no no state income tax. If he could have played for the Marlins, I figured out why he didn't want to do that. The Texas Rangers, Houston Astros, or the Tampa Bay Rays, he would have saved $46.5 million.
Yeah.
That's the insaneness of the federal taxes and how they continue to take money.
Well,
who is FICA?
Yeah. Well, now there's also the thought of, okay, how does he actually end up getting paid out over the years? Do they try to like put it 20? They're saying maybe a 25 to 30 year annual kind of deal to adjust for like those luxury taxes and such. But then also, if they decide to do that, okay, well, in 30 years, what's that money going to be worth? Because 30 years ago in the MLB, the most valuable team was the New York Yankees, still are to this day. But 30 years ago, they were valued at $166 million. So what's $700 million in the next 30 years.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of money. Hey, what do you say? What is your saying? That math ain't mathin'?
The math ain't mathin'.
That's exactly where it's at right now. It's an amazing time. If you're a Major League Baseball player, you're seeing all the money. And as we talked about before, Shohei Ohtani has been worth it. I definitely have said, if anybody, because I thought the number was going to be like 600 million. I had zero idea of 700
How dare you cut
million.
him short?
I cut him short. Well, I'm just like FICA. I'm taking all his money away from him because I'm still trying to figure out how this happened. Shout out to Shohei Ohtani, showing everybody that if you can do it at the plate and on the mound, dollar bills will come your way. We have one more segment. We'll preview tonight's Monday Night Football doubleheader. I don't even understand how we're doing this. Right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Longhorns football plays here.
Turns hands to Brooks to the left side. JB is across. Touchdown, Texas. Got the first down, breaks the tackle to the 40. Say goodnight to this one. C.J. Baxter on 4th and 1. That's 53 more. A 54-yard touchdown run. Touchdown, Texas. It only takes a Longhorns one play to cash in.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Experience the magic of Christmas at ListenToChristmasMusic.com, your ultimate Christmas playlist. ListenToChristmasMusic.com.
I-35, the frontage road southbound at Robert S. Light. The right lane is getting through. That center lane is blocked with an accident. On I-35 southbound at 45, 2 left lanes taken away with a collision. I'm Ty Holt with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
License number M18951, TACLB 76656E.
Announcing emergency same-day air conditioning repair from Radiant.
The worst thing is the midsummer breakdown.
Because air conditioning companies are overwhelmed.
They just can't get to everybody.
So you end up waiting, often days, before you can get any technician out to fix your AC. But this is why, at Radiant, we offer emergency same-day repair.
Because when your air conditioner fails and the temperature starts rising in your home,
it's a serious situation.
Sucks.
Yes.
We offer emergency same-day AC repair because this is about people who need help.
It's about doing what it takes to deliver the service so many need.
Especially when nobody else can or will.
So if your AC breaks down and you need help now,
we can send you the help you need.
Right away, when you need us most.
AC breakdown emergency? Call Radiant.
Online at callradiant.com.
Bam! I nailed it.
Oh, Brad.
You can watch this NFL season like a fan, or you can prep like a scout if you listen to the award-winning Move the Sticks podcast. The show's hosted by me, Daniel Jeremiah, and my partner, Bucky Brooks. The two of us are bringing the knowledge from a career as NFL talent scouts to the podcast world so fans can watch and understand the nuances of the game like never before.
Subscribe now and listen to the Move the Sticks podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on hand and power tools, heaters, and pressure washers this holiday season. Save in store or at northerntool.com.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. How do you own the day in sports? You make incredible plays, but how do the rest of us own the day? with Irish Spring. That fresh, clean Irish Spring scent and those sensational Irish Spring suds. You know what I'm talking about. It's like the perfect morning reset. You leave the shower all geared up to make today a grand slam or slam dunk, whatever sport you're into right now. When the spring hits you, you're ready. So pick up Irish Spring today.
Looking for the perfect place to get a bite to eat before or after the game? Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina has you covered. With locations on 360 in Westlake or Quinlan Park Road in Steiner Ranch, both offer the perfect place to pregame or celebrate after the game. We use only the finest, freshest ingredients. Mouth-watering fajitas, fresh seafood, char-grilled oysters, and queso you'll want to eat by the gallon. Happy hour, dinner with family and friends, private events, Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina is the place. Visit vaqueroscafe.com. Tex-Mex done right.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Rufio keeps you on top of pop culture.
The adult cartoon series Harley Quinn has been renewed for a 5th season by Max. The animated DC show starring Kaylee Cuoco as Harley Quinn and Lake Bell as Poison Ivy has proven to be a hit for the streaming platform.
All right. And that's what's poppin'.
I'm Rufio on iHeartRadio.
The Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Yo, me.
Welcome back to the Hardge Knocks Life, right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. You know, before we get into the the NFL, as we prepare for 2 Monday Night Football games that have little interest to no interest in one of them, but a lot of interest in the other. Bronny James, LeBron's son, who had a pretty much cardiac arrest this summer at the campus of USC, made his college debut yesterday. And let me just say, there was a lot of people waiting in line to get in to watch this young man play. He came off the bench, played 17 minutes. This team is filled with a bunch of superstars too, by the way, but they're not a very good basketball team at this point. But for Bronny James to be able to come off the bench and get a chance to make his college debut, especially after going out with the cardiac arrest, is huge news. He played 17 minutes, 1 of 3 from the field and 1 of 3 from the three-point line, and he was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. That was a SportsCenter top 10 type of block. So I'm very happy for this young man to get an opportunity to be on the court. I'm sure his dad, who was in attendance, probably walked in with his MVP trophy from the in-season tournament that they won the championship. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow, but that's impressive.
Hey, talk about impressive. You know, he's always going to get compared to LeBron James, but LeBron James did not go to college. And so he already has surpassed his dad in all-time NCAA points.
There it is. Boom, boom. But he'll never catch him on NBA points. You know what I'm talking about? But tonight, NFL action. Still kind of strange that we have 2 NFL games tonight, Monday Night Football, that you just sit there and sometimes you're like, okay, what is really happening? But Tennessee and Miami would be the game that if I had a rooting interest, it would definitely be that one because that one seems to be more competitive. The other one will be Green Bay and New York Giants. New York Giants have been very much a disappointment this season. I know they've dealt with a lot of injuries, but the disappointment of a team that was in the playoffs last year and now looking like they look. Green Bay, we're starting to understand Jordan Love is the guy that is going to be there. He makes some great plays. He makes some questionable throws, but he has been able to do just about everything for that team. I think Aaron Jones will be back for them as well. But that Tennessee matchup is something with Miami that you might want to pay attention to because the Cowboys will end up playing them on Christmas Eve. So if you hadn't watched a lot of Miami Dolphin football games, tonight will be one that you want to pay attention to because they are fun. Salty, you've been watching Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I binged Hard Knocks. There's 3 episodes out right now in season with the Miami Dolphins. It picked up right before Thanksgiving, and they've taken a couple injuries since then. They've found ways to win some games. They're great. Hard Knocks just has a way of making you want to cheer for the team that is on that season. And they've done it again here. But of course, Christmas time with that game, New Year, the 30th?
Yeah.
Put that on your calendar.
Yeah, make sure you put that in there.
I'm not Team Hard Knocks that day.
Exactly. That's kind of like the Buffalo Bills this weekend, right?
That's right.
You got to keep it moving. Got to keep it moving. Yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy week, and you continue to look at the weekend and how it's went down. There's a lot to be desired in the NFL, and some teams are starting to separate themselves. Cowboys get a huge victory. We'll continue the conversation tomorrow about that. Shohei Ohtani can pretty much buy whatever he wants. Small villages, homes, whatever you want. Shohei has the money. Make sure you ask him for a little bit of change. We'll recap the NFL games from tonight. We'll talk a little bit more about what to expect this weekend as the Longhorns will take on LSU in Houston. And, of course, the volleyball team advances to the Final Four. We'll be better tomorrow, folks, and we'll bring it to you right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. I am Hardball Hard. She is Shannon B. Sweeney. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
AM 1300 The Zone is KVET Austin. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good. To watch your Dan Patrick. Well.